The supreme confidence I've had regarding promotion recently is kind of waning a little bit because the last couple of league games have been very, very poor. So hopefully we can bounce back today and get our promotion push back on track. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of our Maidstone United save. Since our FA Cup game, it's not gone to plan. Obviously in the last episode you saw that we were knocked out of the FA Cup against Wrexham, high flyers in the National League. We only lost 2-1. It was at home. It was a below par performance. And there's only been a couple of games since then, to be fair. But a 0-0 draw with St Albans at home. We had 3 goals disallowed in this game. But I'm still not happy. We had all the possession, or most of the possession, most of the shots, much better XG. St Albans weren't really in the game for the most part. They went down to 10 men after 55 minutes. Like I said, we have 3 goals disallowed. But it's not the sort of performance that we should have put in. We should have been more clinical in front of goal. Barham with another 6.5 with a below par performance for him. And then the next game was even worse. We went to Tonbridge and we lost our second defeat of the season. Again, ahead on XG, more shots, but all of our front players were useless. Byrne was not fit, so we had to bring Walters in for him. Luque was still struggling with fitness as well, so that's the reason I didn't start with him. And our second defeat of the season, we did beat a National League side in our last game. We travelled to Maidenhead, who are 20th in the National League, so they're fighting against relegation in the National League. But we come out 3-0 winners. Decent performance, Byrne, Booty and Corn, which means Jack Barham, and we went down to 10 men as well, by the way, after 27 minutes because Sam Hill was sent off for a second bookable. So we played over an hour in a match with 10 men and still won 3-0. But that takes it to 4 games in all competition now that Barham hasn't scored a goal. He scored 30 in 26 appearances, or 26 starts, 2 sub-appearances. But it could start to get a bit worrying. Although Barham as well, I don't know why I just pressed that. Barham as well is the reason why I might have to look at getting a new assistant manager. Because I've just got this message through. Jack Barham should be changed from an important player to a fringe player because he isn't good enough to get the playing time he wants. That's Jack Barham, who is averaging a 7.6 for the season, has scored 30 goals. If he isn't good enough to be in our team, then who is? So I think I might have to look at getting a new assistant manager. Because this one obviously doesn't know what he's talking about. But now we've looked at what has gone before and I've looked at getting rid of my assistant manager. Today's episode we're going to be playing Welling and Chippenham. 2 teams that are in the top 7. So our last 2 games of 2022, as you can see, it's currently Boxing Day. Welling are currently 6th. They themselves lost their last game against Dartford. And they're up and down form, really. And Chippenham, 7th place. And yeah, again, up and down form. In their last 6, they've won 2, drawn 3, lost 1. No, hang on, don't include that. So 3, yeah, not including the FA Trophy games. So hopefully we can bounce back from a couple of below par league performances and get back to winning ways. We will be doing it without Barham. Barham has picked up an injury, back to training in a couple of days. Lovett is out for up to 8 weeks with a hamstring strain. And other than that, we're pretty much at full strength. So the team is House, Trotman, Zito, Carragher, Bingham Williams, Phillips, Booty, Corn, Byrne, Deacon and McGlynn. McGlynn, who needs to start scoring goals because he's been absolutely awful. And obviously Sam Hill is suspended after I told you he was sent off in the previous match. And I've actually left him on the bench, not paying attention. We could do with a nice decent performance here, a nice comfortable victory to keep us back on track, because our cushion at the top of the table isn't what it was. I think it's now 6 points, and a couple more defeats, it will damage morale, and it could see us drop off the top. I mean, you see last season with Bath, they come from absolutely nowhere and ended up getting promoted. They got promoted via the playoffs because they threw away their lead, but they come from nowhere, got up the top. They were top of the table, and I think was it like the last 4 games of the season they didn't win, and then they finished second on goal difference. And here we're 1-0 down to Welling, and this could end up being 3 games without a win. And any sort of form like that, this division is very, very close. Any sort of form, any run of games where you're not winning, you're not picking up points, you're allowing everybody else to catch you. And this is what is happening at the minute. It's another thing with Football Manager. I think with big cup games, if you're on a cup run or whatever, your league form does sometimes suffer, especially if you've got a small squad. We have got quite a small squad and got that much depth. I mean, we've got one striker who scores goals, and he's now injured. So we've got a player over here that's just standing. He was standing in offside position for ages. And there's a shot. Can Deacon get onto it? And he does, but it's been turned wide, and he was offside anyway. I said he was standing there in an offside position for ages. And here we're playing some nice little tippy-tappy football, but unless it leads to something, it's not going to work, is it? There was a useless pass there. Let's give the ball away. And now Welling are breaking down the right. If Bingham Williams can just put a tackle in, he might be able to stop him, but he doesn't put a tackle in, and it's 2-0. And Bingham Williams has gone with this player down the right-hand side the whole time. He's just been standing there. He's allowed him to beat him. Look, he's from here. He's just there, put a tackle in. There, put a tackle in. There, put your foot in to stop the cross, and he doesn't. And then 2 players can't out jump a striker. Bingham Williams actually turned down a contract offer from Welling a day or 2 before this game. I'm going to thrash my arms because I'm angry, especially with that goal. I can't believe that Bingham Williams has just followed him down the pitch and not put a tackle in. I'll just check my tactics and make sure that I haven't instructed the players to stay on their feet. Because if I have, that will be why. No, I haven't. So he's got the option there to put the tackle in. Let's get stuck in. And see if we can't stop any more attacks like that. But we need to get back into this game. I change to attacking. I'm going to demand more. Right, they're defending narrower, so they're trying to force us out wide. We're playing fairly narrow, so if we move to playing wide, and see if we can get some crosses in. But this isn't ideal. This is our third league game in a row where we haven't scored a goal. But here we could get a goal. Deacon, I want to change the player. I know it says here that Sam Coulson is our best. What have I done here? Sam Coulson is our best option, but I'm gonna let Rory Deacon take it. I have to put it there. Because Sam Coulson missed the last one he took. And there, Deacon smashes the ball into the net, and there is a glimmer of hope for us. Trotman with a long cross in, and there we go. Rory Deacon out jumps everyone, and we are back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Come back from a 2-goal deficit. Trotman throw into Coulson. Coulson straight back to Trotman. Trotman first time cross. Deacon comes running in, out jumps the defence and his own player, and heads home the second of the game. And 2 goals in a minute for Rory Deacon means we're level. But Welling look like they're going to get an attack here. And there they are, they're clear through. It's a good save from the keeper. No, I was going to pause it and make some changes, but you never make substitutions when your opposition has a corner. Let's just hope we can deal with this. And we do. House comes and claims it. And if I take Burn off for Luke, Phillips off for Bradley Green, and we'll take McGlynn off for Adesanya. And there's our triple change right at the death. And we will have to settle for the draw. But after being 2-0 down, a draw ain't a bad result. If you look again though, the XG, we have the same amount of shots on target, but we're having a lot of shots off target, which is quite an issue. Let's trust the process, we'll tell them. We'll be successful if we can keep performing like that. We won't if the defence performs like it. But, as you can see, a few games ago we had an 8-point gap at the top of the table, and that's been reduced to 4. And Chippenham have picked up a victory away to Dartford, and they're only 8 points behind us. So the next game has just become a must win. And we've made a couple of changes to the team for this, what is now a must-win game away at Chippenham. Or at the minimum, we can't lose this. Hill was returned from his suspension and Barham was returned from his injury, so they both come straight back into the starting lineup. So the team is House, Trotman, Zito, Carragher, Hill, Phillips, Corn, Booty, Byrne, Deacon and Barham. Like I said, Chippenham won against Dartford, I think it was, in their last game, and are now within touching distance of us, and they're like 4th or 5th. So we need to start getting back to winning ways and pulling away from teams again. We've only got a 4-point gap at the top of the table, and if we continue dropping points, we're going to find ourselves off at the top before we know it. And just like an episode, it was literally like an episode ago that I was talking about the express train turning into a one destination direct shuttle, and at the minute it's all gone a little bit tits up. Maybe I'm going to need to change the system again. It's worked all season, but if it's going to stop working, I might need to change stuff. I might need to freshen things up a little bit. Maybe the players are just getting a little bit complacent. There's no competition for their places. Byrne, Deacon, Barham, Booty. What a goal! What a goal! There is why Barham is pretty much the first name on the team sheet, or one of the first names on the team sheet. Great finish. Their defence failed to deal with. Basically, Barham gave away possession, but their defence failed to deal with it. Back to Barham, he didn't muck about that time. Great goal, slotted into the bottom left corner. We don't worry about the tight offside, we don't need to see that. Yeah, like I said, players like Barham, Deacon, Byrne, Booty, Phillips, their names are on the team sheet week in, week out, unless they've got an injury or they're lacking fitness or suspended or something. Maybe if there was a little bit more competition for places, we wouldn't get these dips in form. And there we've failed to defend a set piece. And I said at the beginning of the season that one of the issues we had was in the air. And there we've got 7 defenders in a line, and not one of them could get their head on it. And despite the XG, the possession and the amount of shots being in our favour, we're going at the break trailing 2-1. Carragher will give Booty a second chance to put this ball in the box, and he messes that one up as well. It's a corner, defence has failed to deal with it. Byrne, can he get a cross in? No, he doesn't, but he's found Trotman. Trotman to Deacon, and no, it doesn't stand. I didn't think it would. Barham, I think Jack Barham was actually on the goal line, so he was well offside, yeah. I didn't think it'd stand as soon as it went in. Change to an attacking mentality. Make a couple of substitutions. Take Corn off. We haven't got any midfielders on the bench. So we're not going to be able to take Corn off. We'll bring Mooney on for Burn. We'll swap sides with them. Change them both to wingers on attack. Patrick Zito has been useless, so we'll get Bradley Green on for him. And this being ahead in the stats is no good if we're not going to win games. Well, what can you say? Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, please do leave a like, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.